Hi, and welcome to Candidate Corner. Today we're talking with Kendal Sacchieri. So, Kendal, how are you? And let's just go right into it. Let's just have you tell us a bit about yourself.
Yep, I'm good. Thanks. And thanks for having me. I live in Blanchard. I'm running for Senate District 43 against an incumbent, Jessica Garvin. And I got three little boys, been married for 8 years to my husband, Ray. I currently serve as the county assessor in McLean County. Ran, challenged an incumbent there a few years back and won whenever I was frustrated and wanted some answers and learn how the job works. And that's what I still currently do. And right now I'm running to be a senator for Senate District 43, represent them.
Awesome. How you do that with, you have twins, right?
I have twin boys that just turned 4. I have a 1-year-old little boy, and I do it because I have a fantastic husband. I really have to give props to him. And I don't know. Did I give enough about myself? I'm Christ-centered. You got to be in this line of work and be any kind of decent representative for your district. And so I serve my church because I love it, and that's what I want to do for my district too.
Awesome. All right, well, let's go on to the next one.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on education, and specifically, should homeschooling be regulated in Oklahoma, and how important are parental rights in education?
Okay, there's a lot of questions. So for the state of Oklahoma right now, public ed, we're like what, 48th, so we're not good. My opinion at this point, because I might have a different take on public or on private and public and school choice. As someone that's wondering what am I going to do with my kids because public ed is failing, I want to see public ed just make a 180. I want it to be completely reformed into Christian conservative values in our public schools. That's what's going to give us a stronger economy going forward for our state, a stronger next generation. Right now, it feels like we're catering in public ed to a minority. And I'm like, you know what? If you want school choice, then let the minority make its own school. You can have an LGBTQ, DEI, private school. Sorry, I said public, private school. And then we'll invest in our public ed and make sure that, because Oklahoma is red at the end of the day. I think most people want to see those values that we had 20, 30 years ago in public ed that's not there anymore. So that's kind of my opinion. Otherwise, the way we have it right now, I feel like public ed and private ed and this debate on where money is going to go to where, I feel like it's just a Band-Aid. I think it's just hurting both sides at the end of the day. As people continue to see public ed as failing us, more people might be leaving. That just takes money from public ed. And you still kind of have strings tied to it on the private side if you're taking money from the state. So I think we're just kind of in a Band-Aid situation at the moment, but I'm going to be here for, and that kind of goes into parents. Parents got to have 100% say in their public or private school for their children. And I'll empower that voice however I can. That's going to be my main focus either way.
And you're not for regulation for homeschool?
I don't really know enough about it yet. I haven't considered homeschooling yet for my kids just because I'm not that woman. Bless all the moms out there that do it, or dads. So I don't know enough about it. I need to get a little more versed on it. Of course, if regulations is coming from this state, probably not.
Okay. All righty. Well, let's talk about the next one then. Let's jump into the next one. What's your stance on the Second Amendment?
I love my Second Amendment, and I need to be more versed in it. I'm trying to get a little more in depth on what actually those 20 or 30 words, I mean, it's a very short amendment, what those actually mean for us as citizens of the United States. But right now, I'm going to do everything I can to protect my Second Amendments because I feel like we are legislating on it too much in the state of Oklahoma.
All right. Okay. Well, let's move on to the next one.
Okay.
Okay. So what's your perspective on government spending? And Oklahoma government spending.
Right.
So not federal, but Oklahoma.
Right. So not being in there yet, I don't know what all we're spending dollars on. I just know the outside numbers is that we have the biggest budget that we've ever had in 23. I think we were 15% more than the year before. You got to have a balanced budget in the state of Oklahoma. That's in the Constitution. So we got more money somewhere, so that means we're taxing people more because that's the only way Oklahoma makes money. So I'm for cutting it because people, when you go to the doorstep, are tax tired. You're not going to convince me that government doesn't have any bloat. I know that. So I'm looking forward to finding it, getting rid of it, and hopefully delivering on a zero income tax pretty quickly, faster than what they're wanting to do it. Phase it out over 10 or however many years they proposed it as. We have a governor that says he'll sign anything that comes across his desk as a tax cut, and I'd say let's help him.
Awesome. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. So how would the concept of personal liberty be important to you as a legislator?
Oh, this one's a really important one to me right now because of who our current senator is and the things she has said against personal liberties. Um, when she was in support of the vaccine mandates for healthcare workers in 22, she in debates said, you can look it up, it is on tape. When is one's person individual liberties more important than the other? And I thought, this is my senator. Someone's got to get in here and get her out. So that's dangerous to me. Luckily, Senator Dahman educated her, well, since 1776. Someone's individual liberties are most important. So we got to do everything we can to stand up for them. And this passing of laws for, I'm trying to think who said it. I think it's C.S. Lewis. And he said, of all tyrannies, the most oppressive is probably the one that is exercised sincerely for its victim. Um, that's the most oppressive. And that's kind of where we're headed with some of our legislators. It feels like we've got to pass these bills because no one else is helping. We got to put tampons in all the bathrooms because this is where we need to help people. And I'm not for that. I'm here to help, and our constituents. Everybody's got to just come together and help each other. We don't want the government solving all of our problems.
Well, we're done. So if you've got anything you've got a few more minutes left. So if there's anything that you want to hit, knock us out.
I don't know. I mean, I think you were wanting me to say maybe more on the Second Amendment. I can go back to that. I mean, our current senator has also been very detrimental to our Second Amendment rights. I'm going to be NRA endorsed. I'm going to be OK2A endorsed. These people, are trying to lift up regulations on our gun rights. And Senator Garvin has been very reckless with some legislating of bills especially this year. She tried to legislate 2 bills. It was crazy bills that didn't even make it out of committee, I don't think. But so yeah, I would hit those there. Outside of that, I don't think I have much more.
Well, you've been out knocking doors.
Oh yeah, I'm sweating already and been out knocking doors like crazy. You've got to when you don't have a ton of money, but it's been really good at the doors.
Well,
really
tell
good.
people how they can how can they find more information about you and donate if they'd like to.
Yeah, my website, Google, trusty Google. You can just Google me, or my website's kendal4ok.com. You can find me on Facebook, and I'll be the one to answer you either way, email or Facebook message. I'll be the personal contact point there. So please reach out there. And my website has an online donation site. You can do that. But I'll meet anybody anywhere.
Tell us when they need to vote. When do people need to vote?
Early voting is June 13th, 14th, 15th. Go to your local election board and find out where that is if you're going to be out of town for election day, which is Tuesday, June 18th.
Okay, and so make sure you're there on Tuesday, June 18th.
Correct.
All right. Okay, anything else?
No, thank you very much.
Thank you for being with us, Kendal, and try to stay cool today, door knocking.
Yep, I can do it. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Bye.